Good morning everyone. So welcome to the next tutorial in the JMeter series, and today we'll be touching upon JMeter's post-processor. We have already covered regular expression post-processor in the previous lecture, and in this lecture we'll be touching Xpath Extractor to extract values dynamically from a response, and if you want to use that value somewhere else, you can always use that using variable. So first of all, let's understand how Xpath works. So for example, I've opened this website, this newtours.demo.com. We have been using this same website from a couple of lectures below. So it's a proxy settings of using connection. I'll just remove the proxy settings, which I did here. Go to advanced settings. No proxy. Okay. Close. Open Mozilla. newtours.demo.com. So for example, if I right click here and say inspect element with Firebug, and you can use Firebug to just check your fire path is exact or not, and also you can choose a Xpath tester in JMeter to validate it. So for example, say this is what the HTML has been downloaded, and for example, if you want to find the XPath of this find a flight. So there are two kind of XPath. So one is relative and other is absolute. So I wouldn't recommend using this XPath because if any of the values in between change, this XPath will not work. So let's go directly to hit the XPath from what we see here. So the syntax is /, then put the tag name, bracket, square bracket, then @ it would be attribute name. You can see any attribute name here. So for example, we want to find a flight, so let's go by alt attribute, and you can put equal to sign here. So you can put equal to sign here and 1 comma and put the value. You can copy from here. Find a flight, close this and close the bracket. So when you press enter, you can see this line is highlighted, means your XPath is correct. So for example, if I have to find the title of this page, let's say / title, and it gives you title is Welcome Mercury Tools. So this is how you can write XPath, and we're gonna do the same using JMeter's Xpath Extractor. So for example, let's not record this time and directly put this website. Right click, you can thread group. So it's okay. So you can add a sampler here. HTTP request, put the server name, remove this. Your path will be your home page. You can add a listener here. So from down this request, let me execute this and show what we're gonna do. Maybe my internet is slow, it is not working. Request failed. Unknown Java expression. newtours.demo.com. So why it has failed? Connection is not secured. If I put HTTPS here and then try to execute, let's see what happens now. So again the same request. newtours.demo.com. Oh, got error. So I have put a slash out here which you have to remove. Now go back and run. again an error. It should not come. Why is it coming? So let me try to do it again. newtours.demo.com. This is the server name. Say unrecognized SSL message, plain text connection. Okay, I'm not sure why it is not working like this, so let me try to record the script now. Workbench, add non-test element, test step recorder. So put the proxy server to 7070 and start. Oh, you have not used the target controller here. Let's record here, start. Go to your browser, to options, advanced, settings, manual settings, and okay. Close the browser, close all tabs, launch Mozilla again. And now newtours.com. So has it recorded the script? Favorable. Yes, it has. So I'll stop the server now. And this is what I want, so I copy from here. Sorry, put this here. I'll remove this request because I no longer need it. And I can, oh, maybe I understand now. There are some HTTP headers that you have to send across with your request. That is why it was not working earlier, because my headers were not present. I was just directly hitting the server. So now you can right click, add listeners, result 3. I'm sorry. So when you execute it, in the response data, you can see title is Welcome Mercury Tours. So let's say you want to fetch this title using Xpath. So from this drop down, go to Xpath tester and use this tidy tolerant parser, because you're parsing a HTML response. For XML or other things, you can remain it unchecked. So for example, now you write # say title and click on test. You see that there is one match, and that is your title of the page. Okay. So from this response, you want to extract title of the page, so you have to add a post-processor. That would be your Xpath extractor. You can use the reference name as title, give the query which you have just put it out here, /title, default value, you don't want default value, and click on use tidy tolerant parser. So now you can also add a debug sampler just to make sure that it displays what variable it has captured. So add a list. Okay, so we're almost done with it, and let's execute. Debug sampler response data. So it has capture title is equal to Mercury tools. So this way you can capture the variables using, dynamic variables using Xpath extractor. And probably, if you want to use it somewhere else, or say you want to print it. For example, say I add another post processor to this request, say bean shell post processor, and I write my variable, say title, is equal to var.get title, and then you can say system dot out dot println. What do you want to print? title. Let's see what happens and if anything is getting printed in console. So you can open the console. So nothing is printed as of now. Maybe I have made some mistake which I can rectify. So I see there are some syntax error out here. So as you can see that it is written in the script, you have to use vars.getTitle, and here you can use this return type of the variable you are using to fetch the value of the title, right? And this statement is used to print something out in the console. So now if you execute it, so go to the console and you can see out there the title of the page is printed here. So this way you can use the variables that are captured out from the request to maybe use it in some another request, or you can print it out. So these are the concepts of post-processor in JMeter. And as of now we are done with the most commonly used post-processors, for example bean shell post-processor, Xpath and regular expression. So thank you, and we'll be starting up with the controllers in the next session.